My name is Christina, and I'm a 2000 graduate of LPO Alternative School. I just wanted to come and talk about my experience. Let everybody know that graduating from LPO was like one of the first bricks in the foundation of my life. It was one of the first safe places that I got to be a part of. That building isn't just a building, it's a home for a lot of people that struggle. I was a runaway. I ran away from home when I was 15, and then I ran away to Idaho when I was 17. And the first year I spent evading in the mountains, and I was rescued by Lane Savage, the sheriff in Priest River. She spoke to me about the alternative school, and I decided that I wanted to try to go back and rectify some of my life. And so I was 18 when I went back. I was almost 20 when I graduated, but doing that, going back to high school, I was able to connect with my family again. They actually drove up from Nebraska. I hadn't spoke to my dad in 3 years, and it was a big deal for me to get my life back together. And they came up here, and I went skydiving with my parents, and it was a huge deal for me to graduate high school. And it definitely gave me self-confidence that I needed after coming out of an abusive relationship. I went on to get my CNA, help people in the community, and then fast forward 24 years later, my own children were struggling with school, and they had something traumatic happen in 2023, and it kind of pushed everything over the edge, and I was already getting bullied at the high school, and my son was barely passing with D's. They tried the charter school, and that didn't work, and my daughter completely dropped out of high school her senior year. Last ditch effort, I begged her to come back. She was living in Post Falls, and I begged her to come back to Sandpoint and try the alternative school. And as soon as she got there, she just turned into a different person. She flourished. The counselor there, Sarah, really gave her the tools that she needed to feel confident about herself, and I've never seen her be so confident. That convinced me to have my son Lincoln switch over to that school too. I can't even tell you the difference that I saw in my children. They went on to graduate, and then Grace is down in Ontario, Oregon at TVCC College, and she's getting 2 associate's degrees, one in horse training and one in animal science. And then Lincoln is in Fort Sam, Houston, and he's in the U.S. Army, and he's getting his combat medic certificate, and he will be stationed in Colorado pretty soon. And he's really wants to help people. He joined the Army to grow up and to help people. So without that school, there's no way my kids would have graduated. I don't know where they would be right now, because once you don't graduate, your options close more and more. The school, where the school is, the building itself is detrimental to the kids' feeling safe and having their own place. I think that the school district should not only stop the decision they're making, but also invest in it, because they need more teachers, they need more counselors, because these are at-risk students that they need to be invested in. And when you do invest in them, the profit comes back years later, because they're still members of our society. And if we don't help them, they're going to be detrimental to our society. They're going to be in jails. This is the time that you can help kids, when they're young and they're impressionable. So I just think if my kids would have had the opportunity to go to portables at the same property that they were bullied, that they had problems with the teachers, there's absolutely no way they would have went. That school, that building is more than just a building. It's a home for kids like that.